Good evening. It's that time again for Let Me Tell Your Story. I'm Bavali Bernstein. Thank you so much for tuning in. Tonight I'll be doing something just a little bit different on my show, an interesting twist on a bio. You see, not only am I interested in you talented writers and authors of books out there, of course I am, but I'm also very much interested in those people just like you who are on the grind daily to become the success that you certainly are. And tonight I'll be telling the story of movie producer Bobby Peoples and, of course, his lovely wife Renee Warren Peoples, and a story that I've entitled myself Me and Mrs. Peoples. Yes, an interesting twist on a bio. So again, tonight's story is movie producer Bobby Peoples' story, Me and Mrs. People. A twist on a bio. One winter evening back in 2012, old man Harold Johnson and Tommy Reed were sitting around the barber shop playing checkers, arguing over whose move was next, when Bavali Bernstein walks to the door. He stood there for a moment, looked around, and then said in a loud voice, "Has anyone seen movie producer Bobby Peoples?" "Bobby Peoples? Who's Bobby Peoples?" Harold Reed replied. "Bobby Peoples? You don't know who Bobby Peoples is? Then I'll be the first one to tell you," Bavali Bernstein said as he pulled up a chair at the checker table. "You see, Bobby, aka the mayor of Atlanta's film community, is a screenwriter, director, producer, production assistant, production secretary, actor, etc. Bobby Peoples is a man of many talents. We salute all pioneers in the pursuit of filmmaking. Without your ingenious talent and vision, there'll be no future, only a past for black films. Bobby M. Peoples always dreamed about entering the entertainment business. After his stint in the U.S. Army, Bobby decided to actively pursue his goal and enter the acting arena. After being rejected on several acting gigs, he entered film school and studied the art and craft of music and video production. He has done several projects for DreamWorks, Touchstone Pictures, New Millennium, to name a few. Bobby continued to have a faith in his career and eventually became the captain of his own destiny, thus heading his own flagship, the People's Network, a place where he could write, produce, direct not only his own work, but to aid others who could not find the talent or resources to enter into the business. Born in Newark, New Jersey, Bobby M. Peoples is an only child, raised by his grandparents while his mother was in the Army. Bobby used to take his G.I. Joe toys and pretend to make movies with them, thus creating the imagination he has for films now. Bobby is more determined than ever to create Hollywood of days of old. Taking pages from the life of legendary producer Roger Corman, Bobby dreams of creating above-the-line positions for eager and very talented people who come across his path and need a chance to be seen and heard. Taking steps to being a leader, Bobby is someone that no one will regret they followed, most known for projects such as For Thy Love, web series Money, Power, and Respect, and Love Atlanta Style. Along with his wife Renee Peoples, they've created short film-based films series entitled TP Inspiration, which people can follow on www.facebook.com TPN Inspiration. Now, of course, you know his lovely wife. You know the saying, behind every successful man is a strong woman, and Renee People is no exception. Renee, his lovely wife, is a writer, director, actress, and producer. Some of Renee's accomplishments included Chic-Bon's Youth Praise production, founder, playwright, director, and acting coach. She's also the founder of Submission Gospel Singing Group, co-owner of TPN.1com and the People's Film Company, and acting partner of Take Head Productions. Some of Renee's productions include Good Black Don't Crack, thought you knew. Played the Motown recording artist Martha Reeves' daughter. A Good Man is Hard to Find. Played extra in various scenes. A Raisin in the Sun. Played the daughter of Benitha. Ain't I a Woman? Played Sejuna Truth. Deliverance in the House. Direct the lead character in the stage play. Her featured films includes Party Clantley, supporting actress in the character Frances, Deliverance in the House, direct the lead character Jean. Renee is director of the Black Love Stories Volume 1 and 2 and Blood Love. This woman is a strong woman and certainly behind her strong man. So if you haven't heard of movie producer Bobby Peoples, if you didn't know, now you know. Again, movie producer Bobby Peoples, me and Mrs. Peoples, a power couple of Atlanta. Just to remind you also, in case you didn't know, they've also created Tinseltown, a place where dreams can come true. Of course, if you'd like to support this cause, then visit their website and make a charitable contribution. Again, you've just heard the story of movie producer Bobby Peoples, me and Mrs. Peoples. Of course, if you have a story you need to tell or have a bio you need me to present, then send me the first chapter or your bio to let me tell your story at hotmail.com. I'm Bavali Bernstein. Thank you so much for tuning in to Let Me Tell Your Story. I'll see you next Saturday night.